No. The purpose of the third National Climate Assessment is to provide information in a form that is understandable and comprehensive for Americans across the country so that they can better understand the effects of a changing climate.
You lying little... You know, there should be a climate prison. After the Obama administration is gone, there should be a people's climate prison, and we should put people like Carney in it. They know they're lying, just like they lied about Benghazi. They had talking points that they knew were fake. They know this is fake. This is an administration built on lies from top to bottom. The Weather Channel co-founder slams the federal climate report. He said it's a total distortion of data and agenda-driven. The Weather Channel co-founder. I say climate prison. Throw them in the climate prison. Weather Channel co-founder John Coleman slams federal climate report. Says a total distortion of the data and agenda-driven. Destructive episode of bad science gone berserk. Did you hear that? Here's what he said. When the temperature data could no longer be bent to support global warming, they switched to climate change and now blame every weather and climate event on carbon dioxide, despite the hard, cold fact that the radiative forcing theory they built their claims on has totally failed to verify. The current bad science is all based on a theory that the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere from the exhaust of the burning of fossil fuels leads to a dramatic increase in the so-called greenhouse effect, causing temperatures to skyrocket uncontrollably. Listen to what he says. This theory has failed to verify and is obviously dead wrong. But the politically funded and agenda-driven scientists who have built their careers on this theory and live well on a $2.6 billion a year of federal grants for global warming climate change research cling to this theory and bend the data spread to support the glorified claims in their reports and papers, close quote. Climate prison. That's what I'm calling for climate prison today on the show, Wednesday, May 7th, 2014. I believe in freedom of speech, but a public official who knowingly lies to the public in order to alarm them, frighten them, and drive them like cattle into a stockade should be put into a climate prison. And when this administration's blight is finally removed from the land, I want a people's tribunal and a people's climate prison. And I'd like to put them in it for what they've done to this country under the big lie on this global warming, amongst other things. The sky is falling. Climate change is running wild. Disaster is going to kill us all unless we move to green energy controlled by Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid. There'll be heat waves, floods, storms, droughts, rising seas, allergies. Civilization will be destroyed unless you support Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi's climate theories. It's unbelievable to me. How could you not get agitated? You know, I knew that this was all alarmism a long time ago. I'm trained in science. I'm not a climatologist, but I can read the data. I would say amongst all in the media, I can read it as well as anybody. I didn't say better. In this area, I can read it as well as anybody. I knew it was hokum from day one. But what really set me off was a few years ago when I started to hear the big lie that the science is settled. There is no room for refutation. The minute I heard that, I knew it was a lie, because the first thing you teach a kid in the 7th grade is that in science there are no absolutes. This is something that you can't learn from another radio show because they're not trained in science. Maybe they know how to put up wallboard, or they know how to set a birdie for driving a golf ball. I don't know, but they can't tell you what I just told you. If you're teaching 7th grade science, the first thing you teach a child is, in science there are no absolutes. Everything is changing and everything is subject to understanding with new data. The minute you hear someone say the science is settled, you know that they're liars. There's no such thing. There's almost no area of science where the science is settled, because new discoveries, new analysis may change that, quote, settled science. Again, the minute you hear the science is in and all scientists agree, you'll know that you're listening to Leni Riefenstahl or Goebbels. You're listening to Goebbels. You're listening to the Goebbels of the Obama administration, gurgling along, and it's no laughing matter. They're going to destroy all of us if we don't stop them. I'm enjoying a cup of coffee, so let me have a sip while you call the number.